Hi guys, my name is Wanja and this is Wanja's World. Welcome. It's been a really long time since I recorded any footage, and that's just been a lot of things have been happening in the background. We were trying to get settled after the storm. Um, I have so much content that I need to edit, and I've been having a really hard time just finding a block of time where I could edit that and get that ready. But I'm hoping and I'm purposing to be back, and I'm gonna be very, what's the word? Intentional about recording and editing so that I can at least have. Let me start with one video a week, because if I say two, that's gonna be the height of ambition. So today's video is going to be a recipe. We're going to make mandazis. Mandazis are a snack that is had with breakfast or afternoon tea. And they're really easy to make. I can guarantee you that you have all the ingredients that we're going to use in your pantry. So try it and let me know in the comments how it turns out and what you think of it. So I'm going to flip you down and have you looking at my surface as we do this really fast. So here we have all the ingredients that we're going to use. As usual, I'm going to list ingredients and measurements in the description box. So for now, let's just follow through. I have 6 cups of all-purpose flour. I've doubled my usual recipe because I'm going to make mandazis for 2 households. So I have 6 cups of all-purpose flour. In this, I have 1 cup of whole milk and 1 cup of warm water. Both of these have been warmed. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of baking powder. It's a sweet treat, but you will definitely need salt because salt is flavor. And we're going to use half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use half a cup of sugar, and I'm going to use about 4.5 tablespoons of margarine. Now, if you don't have margarine, worry not. I use butter more than I use margarine. I just happen to have margarine, so that's what I'm going to use. And then any extra liquid that I'm going to need to bring this together, I'm going to use water just so that this is not all milk. Wash hands, and I've measured out 6 cups of all-purpose flour here, and so I'm just going to add all the dry ingredients to this before I start mixing it up. If you see my cup of tea here, please ignore it. It's like 87 degrees outside, but I just cannot stop with the tea. It's an old people thing, I think. So my baking powder is brand new, and like I said, I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of this. I'm going to level it out. That's 1. And that's 2. I will need half a teaspoon of salt. Of course, I'm going to eyeball this, but yeah, you don't want it to be too much. It's half a teaspoon in my books. We will need half a cup of sugar. If you want to make less mandazis than what I'm making, just half this ingredient, just half this recipe, do half of everything, and I can assure you it will be perfectly all right. So that's half a cup of sugar, and this is just regular sugar. And then I'll just use this spoon, then I'll grab another clean one. And so I'm just going to mix this up. Now, it's possible to just add spices to your mandazis. Some people will add cardamom, some people will add cinnamon, some people will add lemon zest, but I'm not going to add any of that. For some reason, I just really want plain mandazis, you know. And so that's what I'm going to make. So I'll create a well in the center, in the middle of this. And then I'll just start pouring my water and milk mixture. Remember, my milk and my water combination is warm. So I'm just going to start pouring this into the middle here. And with clean hands, just start bringing that together. So I will grab half a cup of, let me actually use the half a cup measure since I already have it out here. I'll grab half a cup of warm water, and then I'll just come back here. So this is the half cup measure, and I'm not going to pour in all of it just because at this point I really don't want to go overboard and put in too much. So let's say for the purposes of this video, I used 4.5 cups of liquid, with only 1 cup of that being milk.
Strong and pure, a shining light, yeah, always endure. Through every hardship and every trial, her love for me, yeah, it gon' never expire. Your love was always true. Your love was, she sacrificed so much for me. Sacrificed so much, so much. Your love was always true. Her love was always true. And I owe it all to you. And I know I owe it all to you. I owe it all to you. Hey, I owe it all to you. Hey, I need to thank you.
So once this has sufficiently come together, I will add my margarine onto it, and then whack the margarine into this. And to my friends in Kenya who make sure I stay well stocked with margarine, thank you. And that's 2 tablespoons. So I'll add just 1 more. There we go.
I need to thank you. I need to thank you. I need. She's my African mother, strong and pure, a shining light, yeah, always endure. Through every hardship and every trial, her love for me, yeah, it gon' never expire. Your love was always true. 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 I owe it all to you. I owe it all to you. I owe it all.
And we're gonna just use a bench scraper that my assistant so generously handed me off camera. And there we go. Okay, I will add a tablespoon of flour. See, just 1 tablespoon of flour.
I lie awake sometimes, just thinking about the way I was, the way we were. I felt 1,000 pieces of myself shatter in the space of seconds.
And we're gonna wrap this baby up with some plastic wrap.
Nothing's worse than regretting. I wanna look away. I wanna look away from all the loveless things we shouldn't say. I guess being
And would it be this channel if I did not struggle with plastic wrap?
but I'm still to blame. I know better, baby. I know better. I know.
In the interest of honesty, it has been more than 15 minutes. way more than 15 minutes, but that's neither here nor there. My dough, as you can see, is very, very well rested. We are going to partition this in balls so that I can get them into the sizes that I want.
Baby, I know better. I know better, baby. I know better. I know better, baby. I try to fake sometimes, remain reserved. The way I feel, the way it hurts.
So we're gonna just, and I'm not gonna roll this out all the way. You do want to have some flesh in your mandazi, I think I can say. So I'm just gonna roll it out that much to about an inch.
I guess the emotion did the talking, babe. But I'm still to blame. No, I know better, baby. I know better. I know better, baby. I know better. I know better, baby. I know better. I know better, baby. I know better.
Okay, so we're gonna have to do a voiceover for this last part of the video because the baby started getting really fussy because it was almost time for her nap. So you're gonna test your oil to make sure that it's really hot. I do that by putting in the back of a wooden spoon, and if bubbles form around that, then I know that my oil is hot. You will be deep frying at about a medium heat because you don't want your mandazis to cook too fast, because too fast then they crisp up on the outside and they brown on the outside and the inside does not cook. I already rolled this pretty thin, but still you want to just cook them at a moderate heat. And a little trick I learned from watching my mom make mandazis over the year is that you want to make sure that in as much as your mandazis will float once they hit the hot oil, you want to try and just using the back of your spider, make sure they are submerged as long as possible just so that they can puff up. For some reason, when your mandazis are under the oil, they puff up. I don't understand how this works. It's science, it's magic, but trust me, it works. You want to let your mandazis cook about 2 minutes, 3 minutes on each side, just so that they get that nice golden color. So when you flip them over, they look just like that. On the side there, I already have a bowl where I'm going to put my mandazis, and I've lined it with paper towels because I want them to go the first step in absorbing all that oil. So I'm going to flip this guys up, and then make sure you give them enough time. As you can see, only my first one that I had thrown into the oil before the rest had turned golden brown. The process of making mandazis is really fast. From the beginning to the end of this recipe, it would ideally take me about an hour and 30 minutes, and that's including the 15 minutes resting time. But when you have a lot of things going on in the background, a recipe like this takes the whole day, but that's okay. We understand. The end goal is having yummy mandazis to eat, and that's exactly what you're going to have at the end of this. As always, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.